Zara looked me dead in the eye that night and said, "He's back, and I think we should just be friends." Then she packed up her things, from our life, from me, and went right back to her ex. I didn't scream. Didn't beg. Didn't do any of those movie scene grand gestures. I just said, "Alright." And that was it. Or at least, I thought it was. 3 months later, I opened my front door in the middle of a Montana winter, snow piled like cotton against my porch rail, and there she was. Zara. Shivering, mascara smudged, tears streaking down her cheeks like she had sprinted through every regret on her way to my house. Her dream project, the big documentary she left me for, completely collapsed. And now I guess she assumed I'd just still be here, waiting like some loyal character in the background of her movie. But let me back up. Zara and I were together for 2 years. 2 good years, or at least I thought so. We lived in Astoria, Oregon, this little coastal town where the air always smelled like salt and driftwood. She was a documentary filmmaker. That was her world: handheld cameras, unfinished scripts, pixels of raw humanity, and films that went viral about staying true to who you are. And me? I'm Eli. A senior infrastructure engineer for a renewable energy company. Solar fields, microgrids, clean energy, that whole universe. We were different galaxies somehow sharing the same sky. She used to tell me I gave her stability. I like to believe that. Maybe I needed to. We had plans. Real ones. We spent weekend mornings scrolling listings for cabins near Cannon Beach. She'd tap the screen and say, "That'll be my editing nook," and I'd imagine my future in her future, like it was the most natural thing in the world. Then Reed showed up. Reed, her ex. A former war photojournalist who had just come back from Afghanistan with a concept for a documentary series about climate change. It did sound interesting, I won't lie. When she first mentioned it, all I said was, "That sounds cool." That sentence? That was my first mistake, not because I trusted her, but because I didn't pay attention. I didn't hear the shift in her voice when she said Reed's name. I didn't see the spark I hadn't put there. Weeks passed. She started heading out before sunrise and coming home long after I'd washed the dishes. And she stopped asking about my work entirely. I'd try to tell her about the microgrid project I'd been designing for rural communities, something she used to lean into here, but now her eyes glazed over like I was reading out the terms and conditions of a software update. Then one night, during dinner, her phone lit up on the table. I saw the name before she flipped it over. Reed camera, new footage is insane. I swallowed a sting of something I didn't want to name and said, trying to be supportive, "I'm glad you're feeling inspired again." She stared at me like I'd insulted her. "You don't need to sound like my dad, Eli." I felt that hit somewhere deep, like she'd just cracked something I didn't even know was fragile. She went back to her laptop. I washed the dishes alone. The house felt so quiet I swear I could hear the ocean miles away. And that's when I knew, part of her was already gone. 2 weeks later, she came home late, her coat still half on, eyes fixed on the floor like she was reading a script she didn't want to perform. "Eli, we need to talk. You ever feel the temperature drop even when the heater's running?" That's exactly what it felt like. The air grew heavy, still. She sat on the couch, I took the chair across from her, and she said, "I think we should just be friends. You deserve someone who's as sure about this as you are." I nodded. "Okay."